some people rescue a cat or a dog from a shelter. I rescued a house. I was living in Berks County and needed to get away, needed a fresh start, excuse me. So I eventually bought a very small cottage in Lebanon. It was foreclosed upon and owned by the Veterans Administration. It wasn't a rehab light, it was a dump. And the reason you know it was a dump is because the first thing I did after closing was go up to the front door and rip off the placard that said, "Realtors, enter at your own risk, condemned." It was my refuge. I didn't know what in the world I was doing. I'm not mechanical. In junior high, I had a career test, and my interest in mechanics was less than 1%. But I had the will, and I had the health, and I had the hard work, and I was going to do it. So one of the first things I did was I had a hill with probably 10 years worth of junk trees, sumac, tree of heaven, and I asked a neighbor if I could borrow his, I don't know what it was, sawzall, chainsaw, whatever. And I took it and worked and worked and worked, and I destroyed his saw. So I went in the basement and was trying to fix it, and the screws and the chain were falling everywhere. And I cried, and I prayed to my grandpa Morgan, who was a plumber. He was a pipe fitter on steam railroad engines for the Pensy. And I felt better, didn't fix the saw, so I had to go buy a new saw and give it to him. But it was a mission of demolition and mold remediation. I had an inspector come after I bought it, and he was very excited because he would say, "Look at this. There's that white mold, but you see the brown stuff? That's a different colony of mold trying to eat the white stuff. But then here's this turquoise stuff trying to eat the brown stuff." And I'm like, "Stop talking. This is my house." And I tried to attack it with bleach. I mean, the whole house had water damage. The whole house was contaminated. But pure bleach is not the way to go. You know, you do 3 wipes and you run out of the house gasping because you can't breathe. But the cleanup was just beyond belief. The prior people had been out of the house, I think, for 2 years. There were 2 refrigerators. I opened the door of one, and it was like 2-year-old food, maggots, brown bugs, white bugs, no aqua bugs, but it smells so awful. And there was a refrigerator in the basement in the same condition, which I eventually got someone to haul outside. And I cleaned the first and actually was able to sell it. I slept in the living room. That was kind of the cleanest room, but if I had to get up in the middle of the night to go to the potty, which is what I usually do every night, I would walk through this lake of warm water. It was like, what's going on? I turned off, and I didn't know the names of anything. Now I know it's a supply line to the toilet, but it's the tube that brings water to the toilet. So I shut it off, but it was still happening. So I got plumbers in. They kind of fixed the problem, and they said, "What's happening is you've got 2 sump pumps in your basement." I wouldn't have recognized that. So a prior do-it-yourselfer had rigged these up to push water up to the level of the city sewer. And so every night, for some reason, they were doing like the Longwood Garden fountain show. And I had to, they fixed the plumbing, but I don't know the name, but the barrels with the water had to go. The first one was like manageable. I had steps and the Bilco doors out in my basement. So I got that up and emptied. But the second one it was going to be like the refrigerator ocean version. And I just put on my skunkiest clothing and dragged it up. And to get it turned over, it had to go all over me. So it was rewarding to see the tangible results. I didn't let my cat go to the basement because that was the really, really difficult part. But I wanted to have his litter box somewhere where it wasn't in public view. Now I don't care. There are litter boxes all over my house, in my dining room. But I had a bedroom and a closet, so I made like a little mouse door, except a 10-inch high mouse door for the cat to go into the bottom of my closet from the hallway. There were plenty of other cleanup stories, the bird nest trapped inside the walls. The house, the siding didn't really connect to the foundation. So plants got up under the siding, and I opened up for the mold remediation. I'm pulling paneling off to see what's in there and take care of it. And then these white plants, like 7 feet tall, and it was albino poison ivy. So I'm very grateful for all these experiences. And I want to encourage anyone who, like the first speaker, God bless you, anyone at any age can learn this stuff. Thank you.